Good morning. This lesson is from our Trig-Precalc class, but before I get started, I want to say that I hope everybody's doing all right out there. Let's go ahead and talk about our goals. We only have one goal. I didn't put a star on that. That's going to bother me. I better fix this. We only have one goal, and it's to go over the Chapter 4 practice quiz. So on the board, I have written the two problems and the directions. Solve the triangles round to the nearest tenth. Remember that solving the triangles means to find all the missing measurements. I want to find this angle, this length in the first triangle, and in the second triangle I want to find this length, this angle, and this angle. So we're going to go ahead and use trig to solve these. Now I did not state this in the direction on the practice quiz, but I'm going to state it now. I want to see the equations that you're going to use to solve this. Set them up for me. Show me that you know how to set them up. And then that'll just be part of the grading rubric for this quiz, because you're going to use calculators to do everything. So let's just go ahead and jump right in and solve these things. So I'm going to solve the first triangle. Now remember that the three angles of any triangle add up to 180 degrees. I'm looking for a pen. Hold on. I can't do two things at once. The three angles of any triangle add up to 180 degrees. So I have two angles. I have a 90 degree and a 65 degrees. So I have 155 degrees out of my 180 degrees. So this is actually going to be a pretty simple angle to find. So 155 take away from 180. That means that my angle A is 25 degrees. Right? Remember, three angles of any triangle add up to 180 degrees. All right. So now I need to use trig to find my unknown side lengths. I'm going to go from angle A. Right, and so from angle A, this is my opposite side and this is my adjacent side. So my opposite and my adjacent. And so the sine of angle A, or the sine of 25 degrees, is going to be the opposite length divided by 12. It's not 0, it's opposite. And the cosine of angle A, or the cosine of 25 degrees, is going to be the adjacent length, which is the next two length, divided by the hypotenuse. So the cosine of 25 degrees is the adjacent length divided by the hypotenuse. Now these are real easy equations to solve, and all we have to do is multiply, eliminate the fraction by multiplying everybody by 12. So this becomes u to the 12, u to the 12. So the length of the opposite side is equal to 12 times the sine of 25 degrees. And the length of the adjacent side is equal to 12 times cosine of 25. Again, that's equal to my adjacent side length. So let's, you guys are going to use your phones. I'm going to have to use a calculator. Make sure that your phone or your calculator is set up to degree and not the radian measurement. And you can check that by plugging in, let's see here, sine of 60 degrees. We know that that should equal to a half. So we plug in sine of 60 and you get oh no, that's wrong. Sine of 30 is 1/2. Sine of 30 is 1/2. I gotta learn my unit circle. And this calculator is set to the proper unit of measure, which is degrees. All right, so to find my opposite length, it is 12 times sine of 25 degrees. And my opposite length has a length of 5.07. That's to the 100th, so this rounds to 5.1. Okay? The cosine, or sorry, the adjacent side length is 12 times the cosine of 25, and that's equal to 10.87, which rounds to 10.9. All right, so I've solved this triangle. I did not need to use inverse trig functions because I'm not finding angles. I'm only finding side lengths, so I just use the trig function as they are. Let's go ahead and move on to our second triangle. So in this triangle, I need to find the measure of angle A, the measure of angle B, and I need to find the third side length. So let's find the measure of angle A first. Okay, so we can say that from the angle A, I have an opposite length and I have an adjacent length. So that means that I need to use the tangent function to find the value of my angle. So the tangent of angle A is going to be equal to the opposite length divided by the adjacent length. And let's plug this into the calculator. So this is when we use the inverse function, or the arctangent. So second tangent, so you should have tangent inverse of 1, 4.4 divided by 13. And that means that the measure of angle A is 18.69, which rounds to 18.7 degrees. So I know that measure. I have the measure of angle A. Now that I have this angle, I can add that to 90 degrees and I get 108.7 degrees out of 180. So let's see here. 108.7 means I need 2.3 to get to 110. So that means that this other angle is 72.3 degrees. And so now I've found my two angles. Now I just need to find my side length. And again, I can do that by what I did over here. Let's see here. I'll use the tangent. Not the tangent, I'm sorry. I will use the cosine because I have an adjacent and I need to know what my hypotenuse is. So I can say now the cosine, I did say cosine, right? I hope I did. The cosine of 18.7 degrees is equal to the adjacent length divided by the hypotenuse. Again, I want to see the equation set up. Just show me you know how to set them up. Let's eliminate the fraction by multiplying everybody by the denominator. Those cancel, and now I'm left with the hypotenuse times the cosine of 18.7 is equal to 13. Let's divide out the cosine of 18.7. And let's use our calculator. Again, I don't need to use the inverse function because I'm finding a length. I use the inverse function when I'm finding an angle. Okay. So 13 divided by cosine of 18.7. That means that my hypotenuse on this guy, where's my marker? I was just using the hypotenuse on this guy is 13.72. So 8 equals, which rounds to 13.7. So I've solved both triangles. Hopefully this helps you guys get ready for our quiz on Thursday and Friday. We'll discuss this a little bit before we take the quiz. Again, I hope everybody is doing all right out there. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.